this is the first of its kind filter that has been installed here. This is filter developed by Karnataka State Science and Technology. Now this is called as pop-up filter. Here if you see this pop-up filter, what happens is the water, the roof rainwater which is coming from the roof is made to come inside this from the bottom, and then they have got this kind of mosquito net rolled here. So the water has to enter through this, and then the clean water goes through the drain outlet on the top. Here what happens is whenever it rains, all dust debris will come and accumulate at the bottom. So, and you have to, for every rainfall, you have to open this ball valve so that all the dust debris, everything will flow out. So it needs to be, after every, if you don't remove this dust and debris, so the accumulated organic matter will start decaying. So what happens is once it gets decayed, so in the next rainfall, this will come into the, because whatever gets mixed into the water, that will come into your tank. That is the reason we find that because of this, many times they say that we can have lot of smell in the water, or you can see that germs, means worms getting developed. This is because of this. And what happens is, if you see this stinks, because whatever has gone inside, the fine minute particles cannot be cleaned. It can be cleaned only on the surface, not from the inside. Second, and otherwise what happens is, they say whenever this gets choked up, this pops up. This pops up. So when it pops up, all the water will flow out. So that is why it is called as pop-up filter. This has been installed quite a long time here. So every time it rains, all the dust debris have to be manually removed. Here you can see the pavers with all the holes in between, so that all the water can percolate inside. This filter is called as sandbed filter. This has got first flush system also. If you can see here, this is called as first flush. But again, you can see how much dust and debris have been accumulated here, because every time you will have to remove this, all the dust debris will come and accumulate here, and you have to manually go and remove every time. Otherwise, this will get, you can see how much dust and debris have been collected here. And after this first flush, this water comes to the sand bed. Here also you can see that all the dust debris comes, and on the top it is there. You can see from this side that all this mud, dust, debris have been coming, and it is accumulated there, so that that has to be removed. Unless we remove it manually every time, again the same thing will happen as you have to. Unless if you don't remove it on a proper time, they will start getting decayed, and that will be a major concern. That is the reason though rainwater is the purest form of water, because of these filters which are very difficult to maintain. So what is happening is the people think that rainwater is bad. Rainwater smells, or rainwater, lot of worms will be developed in the rainwater. It is because of this organic matter which is decayed, which is not been able to remove frequently, because maintaining every time it rains is very difficult task. So that is the reason we find all these things. Now coming here, you can see here in Bangalore, it is mandatory for any house which is above 2400 square feet of roof area to do the rainwater harvesting. And if you don't do rainwater harvesting, they put the fine of monthly 25% of your water bill, or if you don't do it within the 3 months, then the fine is doubled to 50% of the your water bill. Here rainwater harvesting, they say to be designed about 6 liters of storage for the roof rainwater. It has to be planned so that you can recharge your borewell or reuse the borewell. That is allowed. this filter, this is one of the same filter again, which is developed by one of the Syntex company. Here what happens is they have got a of a cloth inside, wherein all the dust debris comes and gets collected in that cloth bag. That has to be very frequently cleaned again. Now again there is a manual intervention every rainfall. You have to clean these filters every time. So that is the reason these are not very popular because here you can see this is one filter which is from the Azut. These are in fact actually drip irrigation filter, but people sell it claiming that to be a rainwater harvesting filter also. Here also what happens is whenever the roof rainwater along with dust, debris, leaves all comes inside the filter, all leaves, dust and debris will come and accumulate at the bottom. And you have to open this wall to remove this. But what happens is here if you can see this, the wall is so small. So any small leaf which is coming from the roof will not be able to go. So for this we will have to remove whole filter assembly, clean it and put it back. That is very cumbersome. Nobody will be able to do this. So this is a very cumbersome process to remove whole filter and then put that this one. So again there is a manual intervention. Every time you cannot go and do, and in the, let's assume if it is raining in the middle of the night and if it gets choked up, if the water is not going on the other side, whole of your roof will get flooded. That is one of the most disadvantages of these manual cleaning filters. Here you can see this is again one sand filter. Here what they have done is on the tank they have constructed one filter. This is the tank below, and then on the tank in the corner they construct one sand bed filter. This has got sand, one nylon mesh on the sand, and then you have got 40 mm crust stone, 20 mm crust stone. Here also what happens is whenever it rains, all dust and debris will come and accumulate on that mosquito net. Again you have to manually clean it. That becomes a huge problem for them. Every time it rains you have to manually remove all the dust and debris. So again there is a manual maintenance of the same filter. Here you can see again this is a Rainway filter. Here it has been installed. Here you can see. Here also you can find that there are ball valves at the bottom. So whenever the water enters into the filter, all dust and debris will come and accumulate at the bottom, and then you will have to every time go and open this ball valve. So you can see that so much of dust is coming here. You can see lot of dust is coming here. So every time, but what happens is the exit point is only about 1 inches. So even if a little bigger leaf comes, they will not come out. Only the small leaves or small dust can come out, but we have to manually clean. It is not automatic filter as they claim. It is not an automatic filter, though they have written that it is an automatic filter. It is not an automatic filter. Every time it rains, you have to manually clean it. See, you can see here. You have to manually operate the ball valve to remove the dust and debris. So this is required to be cleaned every rainfall, because the dust will be there, leaves will be there, so that will come and accumulate here. So then again you have to operate these ball valves manually every time. You can see how much water is stored, and in case it rains today and if there is no rainfall for next 15 days, this much of water will be stored here continuously. So that is the reason, in case there is any organic matter left out or any leaf is left out, that will decay. And once it is decayed, you can understand, how much stinking it will be, how much smell it will come, and then small worms can develop. So that is the disadvantage here. Though they everywhere claim that this is self-cleaning, but it is not a self-cleaning filter. It has to be manually operated every time. And this is PVC material body. It is a PVC material body. So this is a Rainway filter. This is one more filter called easy RWH filter. Here this Here also the same, this one concept, you have a ball wall. So what happens is all dust debris coming will come and accumulate here. So whenever it rains, once this accumulated, you have to go and open this ball wall to flush out all the dust and debris. So then only the clean water will start coming inside. So once you clean and then you have to again close it, so then the still clean water comes. And they have placed one mesh in between actually. So what happens is the water from here has to go and then the clean water comes on the other side. But the problem is the mesh which is placed in the center, if you have to clean that, then you have to open this and then totally remove this. See, you can see here, if you see here, so much of dust and debris has been accumulated. You can hear the noise, so much. To clean that, whole filter has to be removed. You cannot clean whatever is accumulated inside. The fine dust which has gone inside from here, if you have to remove this, the whole filter has to be dismantled. That is the reason this becomes very cumbersome to clean the filter. This is a rainway filter installed in the theme park. Here you can see all the water that comes in gets, they have got a mesh inside so that all that get cleaned and then dust and debris will accumulate here. Though they are telling that this is self-cleaning filter, but this is not a self-cleaning filter because all the dust and debris which is coming, they have just provided a small hole here and a ball wall is there, probably that is broken here. But what happens is all the dust and debris coming here will accumulate here, and if you don't remove it every time after every rainfall, that will start getting decayed. So once this get decayed, whenever the next rainfall comes, all this decayed that will get mixed into the water and come into your tank. So that is the reason that you can find that there is a lot of smell in the water. Generally they say, sir, if you have rainwater, if you store it for a long time, it will start stinking. It is only because of the faulty filters. Here you can see, once this filter is getting all the dust and debris, we have to remove this cap to remove all the dust and debris. To remove, every time you have to manually remove this. See this. We have removed this now. You can see here. See the kind of the dust and debris which has, everything, the organic materials, the leaves and all have already rotten. You can see even it has, a lot of, new plants are coming up. See the dust that has started rotten. So this is how you have to clean it manually. You can see this is a mesh inside, so therein, you can see how dirty it has become. Every rainfall you have to clean this kind of, and otherwise it will get choked. Now what to it's a combustion process to clean this filter. And this filter body is made up of brittle plastics. You can see here, this is a brittle plastic, and with this already attached to it, if you want to remove it, now we have to break it open. If you see here, already a sealant has been put in the PVC pipe. If you have to remove this, again you have to cut it open. It cannot be removed. If you have to clean or any maintenance or anything, if you have to remove this, you cannot remove it without breaking open or cutting open the pipes. Now, cut to the contrast, we have got these rainy filters here, which is installed those filters were installed just about 6-7 months. You can see the sticker quality and how it has happened. Here you can see this is a filter which is installed 11 years back. You can see here the pipes have got faded. All these PVC pipes which are installed 11 years have got faded, but not the filter, because this filter is made up of UV treated high density polyethylene and maintenance free. Here you can see there is no ball wall at the bottom. It is an open ended filter. So whenever it rains, all the dust debris comes and automatically everything will go out. Without any manual intervention, everything flows out of it. There will be no this one. So to clean the filter, it is very easy. If you can see here, this is totally open-ended. From the top, if you see, it is open-ended filter, wherein you can see the bottom here. You can see that, bottom. I'll show you. Even if you put anything here, so you can see at the bottom, everything comes out. So that is the beauty of this filter, because all the dust, debris, whatever you put, everything comes out automatically. Clean water comes on the other side. A ball wall is provided. A ball wall is provided in the clean water outlet, because if you want to allow the first water to go out, you can just close this ball wall so that all the water goes out in the drain outlet. And then if you want to clean your terrace also, you can just close this so that all the water goes out. So that is how it has been user friendly. It has been installed very user friendly. We can see this after 11 years also, even the rubber straps which have been installed are intact, because we use EPDM rubber for this, and this is how these filters are maintenance free. See, that's it. And if you want to clean this filter, once or this one, you have to just put this and just remove this. You can see how clean the filters are. Immediately it can be cleaned with a brush, and then just it can be installed so easily. See, that's it. That is the very easily maintenance. The auto flush out filter. This is the only filter in the country which is self-cleaning, maintenance free. There is no manual intervention required every time it rains. Thank you.